What's up with y'all, man? Shit. It takes a lot to get where you want to get to. It takes a lot to get to the position you want to get into, or if you want to get into a certain surrounding, certain, mindset, certain type of environment you want to be in. It takes a lot to get there. Now, people will always say, oh, don't quit. Don't quit on your dreams. Don't quit on whatever you got your mindset on. Don't quit on your goals, your ambitions. Don't quit on your friends. Don't quit on your family. And all that stuff is true. Don't quit. It's hard to talk right now, but don't quit on the things that you care about. Don't quit on the people you care about. Don't quit on the things that you worked so hard to get to. Now, once you reach a level of, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it success, if you want to call it like a point of interest, whatever, whenever you reach a certain point of your career or whatever your goals is, it gets very lonely. And I've talked about this a lot. It gets lonely as hell, bro, because you'll get to a point where you'll start to relate to certain people, but they won't relate to you. And the reason they don't relate to you is because they're not at where you want to be at, or they're not at where you're at right now. Most of the people that you're around or that you'll be around, they're content on being stuck, or they're content on being where, they're comfortable at. And if you're one of those people like me that are not, that don't get comfortable at all, like you always want more, you're never satisfied, you're going to be very lonely. And I'm going to say this because you're always going to want better for yourself, or you're always going to want more than what you have. And in order to get there, you're going to have to isolate yourself around, certain people. The only people you can be around is the people that you want to get like, or the people who are better than you. And, there's always going to be somebody better than you, right? But you have to surround yourself around people who, are better than you. Like the people, let's say that this person has a certain type of car that you want, or this person has a certain type of position or job that you want, right? You need to surround yourself around those type of people in order to get there. If you surround yourself around people who are content where they're at, or, who want to stay the same, or, only chasing, certain things, like, I have a few friends that are only chasing women, or, they're only chasing, just little stuff, right? You'll just end up being like them. And, I'm not talking the best right now. This is literally just off the top of the head, bro. Like, I didn't plan any of this out, but if you surround yourself around, winners, if you surround yourself around, people who are successful, then you'll be the next person. I surrounded myself around people who were better than me, and that's what I'll continue to do. And that's how I became great, or, that's how I'm on my way to becoming greater. So, I'm the type of person who just, nothing surprises me. Nothing is like good enough for me, I guess. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, because whenever I put in work, it's not good enough for me, but the other people around notice it. And that's just a thing that I just want a lot for myself. I want better for myself, but I don't know what better is. I don't know what a lot is. I don't know what it is. It's just, I'm never satisfied. And I think maybe that's a human trait, or I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if people out there are like me, but I always want more, bro. I cannot stay the same. I cannot be the same person I was a month ago, or a week ago, or a year ago. I cannot be that same person. I have to be better in some type of way, in some form of fashion, bro. I have to be better, bro. I have to. Like, that's something I, like, promise myself. That's something I put that on everything that I love, bro. I can't be the same person I was as last year or anything. Like, I refuse to stay stuck in the same position. And that's all I've done in my career. That's all I've done in my life, is elevate every year in some sort of way, physically, mentally, spiritually, bro. Every single year that I've been on this earth, bro, I've gotten better, in my opinion. And, every year I'm doing something new. Like last year, I was more focused on being independent. I was more focused on taking care of myself. Well, yeah, taking care of myself, being around, other people, more business-minded, more YouTube-minded, because, I had a lot more time then, so I was working, more on my YouTube channel, stuff like that. I was really focused on being independent last year, because, I had to be. Now this year, I had to change my goals a little bit. Yes, I'm still focused on the same things, like being independent. I'm trying to do this YouTube thing, bro, but it's really hard with the stuff we got going on now. I'm way better physically now. But now I'm really like focused on traveling and seeing different stuff. Like uh I've just been, you got to change your goals every year. After you accomplish something, you need to take what you learned and then apply it and then focus more on other goals. So this year I'm more focused on traveling, and I'm trying to get back into my education. So that's what I'm gonna focus on this year. The rest of this year is education and traveling. I know those two is really hard to like cooperate with each other, but I'm gonna figure it out, one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm not gonna be that same person I was last year. I refuse to be the same. I refuse to not do better for myself. So what does that take? That takes a lot of determination. It takes a lot of motivation. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of doing the things that you don't want to do. It takes a lot of getting up and not being lazy. It takes a lot of doing what you need to do. And I put myself in positions where I can't afford to lose, bro. I can't afford to fail, bro. That's one of the reasons why I accomplish a lot. That's one of the reasons why I've became the person I became, is because I've been in situations, or I put myself in situations, not all the time, not on purpose, but I put myself in a position where I can't afford to lose, bro. So all I can do is win. All I can do is succeed. And that's the reason why, that's one of the factors of why I became not successful, because I'm not at where I want to be, but successful in a way that I'm better than where I was a few months ago. Okay, so people think of success as money, fame, blah blah, which success is depending on whatever you claim it to be. But that's ultimately what everybody wants. Maybe not everybody, but that's what everybody craves, right? Is fame, money, mostly money, but fame, money, respect, being able to do whatever you want, financial literacy. I'm not going to get into that, bro, because I'm not there yet. But I want to be there. I'm going to make it there eventually. That's something that you guys need to focus on, is words of aspiration, or saying stuff in existence. Everything that I've accomplished is something I've said I was going to do a long time ago, or not even a long time ago. It could be a week ago. Back then, I talk about how I was out of shape. I used to be, really big. I used to be fat, right? I always talked about how I would be in shape. I always talked about how, I would get a certain amount of money. I always talked about how I would be around a certain amount of people, or how I would attract more females in my life, or, just certain things, bro. I talked about a lot of stuff that I do now back then when I didn't have it, bro. So now that I have it, I appreciate it more. And that's something that you guys need to do. If you want any type of success, if you want any type of fortune or anything in your life, bro, you have to speak it into your mind, and you have to think good and highly of yourself. Otherwise, you won't get it at all. So I didn't want to make this video too long, but moral of the story is, if you want to get anywhere in life, it takes determination, motivation, and it takes focus. And on top of that, you need to talk good about yourself. You need to speak stuff into existence. And you need to surround yourself around the people that you want to be like. That is the truth of success. That is the truth of success. That's the secret to success. That's how you get whatever you want. You want to be an influencer? Surround yourself around influencers. Surround yourself around people who are working every day on social media. You want to get rich? Find a way to get around people who are spending a bunch of money on smart shit, like fucking property or cars, whatever, their own businesses. Find a way to get around those type of people and learn from them, and then do what they do. That is the secret to success. That's the secret to doing whatever the fuck you want, bro. If you want to get around people who just, travel the world, bro, find a way to fucking travel the world. Do a job or something. That's hard to do, but it's possible. So the secret to fucking success is surrounding yourself around the people you want to be like, and cutting off those old people that you don't want to be like, or the people who are hindering you. So that's the end of the video. I don't want to talk too much, just keep doing what y'all need to do. I'm gonna keep grinding, bro. Shit, I miss this YouTube shit, bro, because back then I was on it every day, bro. I was I was really doing this shit, and I didn't quit on purpose, and I didn't really even quit. I had to take a break. I was forced to. But I'm telling you, bro, one day my shit is gonna be, one day my shit gonna be up there, bro. I'm really doing this shit. So whenever I get a chance, bro, I'm making videos. Can't be, I'm lying, bro. I'm gonna figure out a way to be consistent. But yeah, I'm about to be in another country in a week. And if y'all seen this video, pray for me, man. Shit, I don't know what could happen. So yeah. At the end of the day, bro, take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental. Make sure everything you do is, you know, good. Take care of yourself. Focus on your goals and focus on your family. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Take care of everybody around you. And be safe.